All right, Larry Krueger here doing a 49er Ram Week 2 preview. And of course, we are brought to you by Mojo Fantasy. Mojo Fantasy has introduced a whole new way to play fantasy football this season. It works by entering into contests and building a portfolio of players. The better your portfolio performs, the more cash you win. It's simple. The props you picked act like stocks. You can buy and sell player stock live all game long. You can cash in on a hot start or just hang on and let them ride. That's it. Make picks, make moves, make money. And this week, I'm entering into a contest with Tutu Atwell over 4.5 receptions, Kendrick Bourne over 3.5 receptions, DeAndre Hopkins over 4.5 receptions, Brock Purdy over 232.5 passing yards, and Deebo Samuel with an anytime touchdown. To play Mojo Fantasy alongside me, check the link in the description, use the promo code Krug, and get up to $100 matched on your first deposit. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Niners and the Rams and this week 2 matchup. First of all, the Rams come in. They just played a great game against Seattle last week. Now, in that game, the Rams ran it 40 times, and they dominated the time of possession in that game. And they held the Seahawks offense, basically kept them off the field. And when the Seahawks offense was on the field, Seahawks really struggled in the second half because they lost both Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, their tackles, in the third quarter. And Seattle actually ran the ball for almost 5 yards a carry, but wound up losing the game because they couldn't stop the Rams on offense. And the Rams got into third and manageables, and then Stafford led the way. They converted 11 of 17 on third downs, and Tutu Atwell and Puka Nakua were the stars for the Rams, as the receivers just absolutely lit up the Seattle secondary, and Seattle couldn't get a lot of pass rush on Stafford. Now, what is going to happen in week 2? I don't think the Rams are going to have a lot of success running it against the 49ers. But if they do, that will be a really bad omen. Kyron Williams is the Notre Dame kid. Cam Akers may not go, so it might be a lot of Kyron Williams. They've got 3 new starters on their offensive line, the Rams do. The left guard from TCU Steve Avila is a monster. He's 340 pounds. He's a really good offensive lineman. But I don't think the Rams are going to have a lot of success running it on the Niners. And then it's going to come down to Stafford making pass plays to Tutu Atwell and Nakua against the Niners secondary amid pressure. The one thing the Niners can do is with Hargrave and Armstead and Bosa and Drake Jackson, I mean, they can produce some heat on the quarterback. So I like the 49ers to win this game. The Niners offensively are scoring 30 a game under Brock Purdy, and they're going to score 30 in this game. They're going to run it with success. They're going to be able – I think Debo's going to have a huge day. The Rams love to play a lot of zone defense, and Debo and CMC and Kittle are really, really good against the zone. So I think the Niners are going to put up 30. It's going to be incumbent on the 49ers on the offense to take care of the football again. But I think this Ram defense is not nearly as good as the Steeler defense. The Niners put 30 on the board against last week. I think they'll put 30 to 35 on the Rams this week. I think the Rams are going to score in that 17 range. They might get to 20. To me, obviously you want to keep Atwell in front of you. He's a 4-3 burner. You want to make sure you take good angles on Atwell because he is so fast. Nakua, you want to be draped all over Nakua, and you want to make sure you hit him hard. He comes into this game with an oblique injury, so he's not 100%. The Rams on defense, the key is blocking Aaron Donald. And sometimes it's going to be on Colton McKivitz. Sometimes it's going to be on Spencer Burford. They like to move Donald around. But I think the Niners will be able to block Aaron Donald. I think they'll have enough run game to neutralize him. As I said, I think the 49ers are going to put 30 to 35 on the board. And I think the Rams are going to put more like 17 to 20 on the board. And I think the Niners are going to win this one going away. I like the 49ers to come away with a very one-sided victory. What's going to be really interesting is are the Rams going to stay with the run all day? If they do, that could be a lower scoring game, and they could have some success, and it could just be a lower scoring game and maybe a little bit of a closer game. If the Rams go away from the run and become one sided and it's all Stafford, then I think you're going to see Stafford burn them for a touchdown or two. But I also think you're going to see the Niners get some big hits on Stafford and maybe have the ability to knock him out of the game. So it's a very volatile game depending on how the Rams want to go about their business. I like the Niners to win it. I think the 49ers will be +1 in turnovers at the end of the day. I think they'll score 30 to 35. I think they'll give up like 17 to 20, and they'll come away with a very comfortable one-sided win over the Rams at Levi South, which is SoFi Stadium, which should have 65% 49er fans in attendance. All right, thanks to Mojo Fantasy for being our sponsor, and thanks to all you guys for watching The Krueger Show on YouTube. 35-17 Niners. We'll call it 35-17 is the final prediction. Enjoy the game.